So you love your partner, but at the end of a long day, the last thing on your mind is wanting to have sex with them. Maybe you've drained your battery between work and the texts that you need to reply to, and the least appealing thing that you can imagine is going to the bedroom, and the most appealing thing you can imagine is doing nothing and zoning out to TV. So if you are wondering how couples actually stay passionate and connected in the chaos of real life, not just in the vacation highlight reel, this video is for you. So my name's Hannah, also known as the Libido Fairy, and in the last 5 years, I've helped hundreds of women in long-term relationships create deeper connection, playful sex lives, and feel like that honeymoon stage never ended. So one of the most common excuses I hear for why they don't have that is that life is just so full. It's so busy. They don't have the time. They don't have the energy to do date nights or sex or intimacy. So today, I'm going to share 4 of my favorite strategies for building intimacy when you're insanely busy. The first strategy is a mindset shift. So most of us have been taught that intimacy equals sex, and that sex has to be this whole thing, a performance, this like whole shabam that requires a lot of energy and a lot of effort to put in and making it perfect, and it has to look like the movies, but that's just unrealistic. And it's also this all or nothing mindset that most often leaves couples with nothing. Like, if you can't do it perfectly, you just don't do anything at all. So I want you to start thinking of intimacy on a spectrum. There are so many ways to build that flirty, playful, intimate connection that are not sex and that don't require a ton of time or energy. And also, as a side note, if you are not enjoying the sex life or dreading sex or feeling like it's a lot of work, that might also be a cue that you need to do some work on figuring out how to make sex enjoyable for you. And if that's you, I have something in the caption below. Anyway, back to the main point, which was the fact that real life intimacy is messy. And it's so much more than just sex. And if you think of it on a spectrum, rather than all or nothing, there's so much more that you can do with your partner to consistently build that up and consistently have that connection. So I'm going to get into exactly what that is now. So the second tip is to find intimacy in transitions. There's this weird phenomenon that happens that I see all the time and in my own relationship where couples are in the same room, but they're not really in the same moment together. So one of you is still in your head or at work mentally and 3 steps ahead or behind the other. So you can use reconnection rituals during transitions in your day to get on the same page and feel like you're more of a team, just synced up. So some of my favorite rituals like this are before dinner, doing a reflection of gratitude on your day. Or when you end your workday, putting on one song and just dancing together. Or at the start of your morning, having a little mini makeout session or a long hug before you leave to do your separate days. Again, the goal of any of those is to create these like mini moments of presence instead of just passing by each other throughout the day. So I'm about to share the third tip, but if you are enjoying this video so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content on intimacy, sex, and relationships. Okay, so the third tip is to create consistency with mini intimacy dates. Again, this doesn't have to be a full-blown date night, but rather just like 15 to 30 minutes a few times a week with no phone, no tech, no distractions, just you and your partner connecting physically. So my favorite things to do during our scheduled intimacy dates are play the 3-minute touch game, which is just about asking your partner, how would you like to be touched, and exchanging that touch for a few minutes, or by dancing together, exchanging massage, or just lying together, cuddling with nothing to distract you from each other. Again, you don't need more time. You need time that is actually quality to connect with each other. So the next tip is about setting bare ass minimums. And my partner loves to call these BAMs, bare ass minimums. This is essentially your emergency setting, your low battery mode, if you will, for your relationship. It's inevitable that there will be phases of your life when you just don't have ideal circumstances. Career transitions, moving, having young kids, grief, big change. There's so much that life can throw at your relationship. And the most important thing to do in those scenarios is know the game plan for keeping the spark alive without having to burn yourself out. So have a conversation with your partner about what your ideal level of intimacy looks like in your relationship for when life is calm and normal and you have plenty of energy, and then have a bare ass minimum conversation to establish the commitment to the relationship for what intimacy looks like when life is wild, when it's crazy. The important thing here is that you set minimums that are actually achievable and that you can commit to no matter what. Ultimately, you need to accept that having a truly great relationship takes effort. But doesn't everything great in life take effort? Like, you don't get the rewards without the work, and your relationship is worth it. It's one of the biggest rewards. And what is the alternative? You just let it slowly fade to nothing until you can't get back to one another and have to end it? Yeah, that's not for me, and I don't think it's for you either. You and your relationship deserve so much more than that. So if you want to try some of this with your partner, this is your cue now to share this video with them, just to start the conversation about what things that I've mentioned might work for you guys. So I hope that you do that, and I will see you in the next video.